Hello and welcome to round 9 of the Crossplay Division. We are at Jeddah today and I'm your host Gareth Allen for the ExA Racing League today. So let's jump in studio mode and run through the drivers' standings. Now, it's important today to remember that the championship could be wrapped up by our championship leader, Jack Clark. He currently has a 10-point buffer over second place Ali. A very good weekend for Clark. Last weekend didn't quite get the win, but did fight back into second place in the race. Had a bit of a collision with Daft Bison, but that didn't end up finishing his result. He only got a 5-second penalty for that. So basically 10 points to win it. Jack Clark, if he wins the race, Ali has to finish in 4th position, is it? 4th position? Let me just double check on the points in this league because it is slightly different. So he needs 15 points, that would be 4th position. And that's without him. If he gets fastest lap, I think it would need to be 3rd position for Ali. 3rd position or 4th position and the qualifying pole. So there's a point buffer swing anywhere. So Ali could still be in this as we go to Abu Dhabi next week. But we'll see. But it's a 10-point cushion. We'll go through the kind of permutations a little bit later on. Lucent Racing, he jumped up into 3rd place thanks to a good result. Some great battling with Timo God, he's going to kill me. I've practiced this. Timo Kuipers, I'm going to say. Timo Kuipers? Or Capers, is it? Capers or Kuipers? You tell me. But basically, Glex has had a DNF early on in the feature race and didn't do particularly hot in the sprint race either. I don't think he got points for either. And I can double check that actually. Did he get points for either, Glexus? He did not get points for either. So he struggled in the sprint, struggled in Brazil overall. And Chunky Skate is in 5th position. Jamie, who of course won the race last weekend, won both the sprint and the race. First time out, got a fastest lap as well, a pole position even, as well. And that got them 34 points and put them up into 10th position. So that knocked LH44 down, who fell down the order. Daft Bison, he had such a good race, but that collision with Jack Clark, of course, cost him massively. And I don't think he was to blame at all, just Jack Clark choosing the defensive line. And actually, he tried that maybe on Timo Kuipers during the sprint, and it had worked. He went kind of sold the dummy to the right, dived up the inside when Timo went to cover the right and got up the inside, but Daft Bison stuck on the inside of the entry to centre and just didn't necessarily expect a pump from behind. But anyway, let's jump to the constructors. Ferrari have a 10-point lead over McLaren. So McLaren losing a position last week thanks to great points from Ali, of course, and the race winner Jamie Mells picking up 34 points for the Ferrari team. So they've leapfrogged over McLaren with only 2 rounds to go. So that's still wide open. I think Mercedes are probably out of winning the constructors. They're down in 3rd position, 128 points, and really they've got to keep their eyes behind from the likes of Williams and AlphaTauri. Not too far behind them. Obviously, we've had quite a large point swing for Ferrari over the last couple of races against McLaren and have not quite had the rub of the green. But we're almost at the stage where we're going to go in here. We're running a little bit early because of the esports event later on tonight, so we're trying to avoid that. And I see some ready-ups, so I'm not totally sure what the status is. We can have a quick look in the X-Play chat. There's still some chat. I took a while to get in because the EA Play system didn't particularly work well. So, Jeddah is a very, very tricky track. I saw someone put a comment in saying, what wing should I run? So, obviously, they haven't done any practice. I think they admitted to it too. And, the first sector is very, very difficult. If any controller players out there, we will know and we will hear them complain bitterly through the first sector. Racing on a controller through there is not nice. It's a very, very tricky complex of corners where we go left and right all the way through, and you really have to be quite precise. Unless you've got the crab technique with the controller nailed down where you roll it around, then you're not going to be doing particularly well. I don't call it the crab technique because I'm Crablogger. That's what I call it because I think you'd look like a crab when you're doing it. Thank you for the follow. Limp, well done, YouTube. That's I presume that's what YT is for. Appreciate the follow. Of course, we are on YouTube. We are on Twitch, which you've just followed us on. We are on TikTok and Instagram, Twitter. No, I don't know if we have Twitter. Bebo, MySpace, all of them. We have all of them. So check out our socials. They will be displayed at the bottom of the screen during the racing. And appreciate the follow too from FGRS. And we are very, very close. I've actually timed out, so we'll just see what achievements I still haven't got an F1. All the single player achievements just popping up there because I don't play single player in this game because the AI are still trash. Yeah, I will thank you. Thank you very much, FGRS or Stabby Boy. Let's hope it doesn't result to that this evening. So I'm not quite sure who the reserve list is. I haven't seen a strict list of reserves. If anyone's watching along and they know who the reserves are this weekend, please let me know and I can quickly add that to my commentary notes. But we are not too far away from the start of this one, and it's not a sprint weekend, so we have the 12 positions have points this weekend in the feature race, and we have short qualifying to start us off. That'll be 80 minutes or 20 minutes, I can't quite remember off the top of my head, of action. And it's just such a tricky circuit. The second two sectors aren't too difficult on a controller. Of course, they're mainly just straights, but the first sector is very, very difficult for controller players, and I absolutely love it when I'm playing against a controller player. I batter them through the first sector, and they can't get anywhere near me through the second and third. So, yeah, we are almost there. So let's think about some of these permutations for the championship win. Let's just scroll back up to the driver's standings. And Jack Clark needs to... he doesn't need to win. I mean, he could come down in roughly... let's see where he could come down in. He could come down in 6th position and take the championship still today. 6th position and Ali crashing out of the race, DNFing or not getting points. That will give the championship to Jack Clark too. Basically, Jack Clark needs to outscore his rival by, I'm saying 10 points, but it's not 10 points. It's 25 points plus some points. So yeah, I mean, my permutations early on were a bit off. If it helps, I don't know if I'm a reserve or full-time, and I've been here for weeks. Okay. You got the face cam. I respect the grind. I don't know what the grind is, but he certainly respects it. Thanks for that, Tobias. And big something. Let's say that. He's been here for weeks. And he didn't know if he's reserved or not. I'm just trying to... What I'm saying is I just want a list of people to reserve. I know, because I think like last week I had like Rowley and Timo were down as reserves. And of course Timo had a stunning battle with Lucen all the way through the race. And of course the final lap, heroics against... thanks for the follow, Big. The final lap, heroics against Jack Clark, when Jack Clark made a mistake coming out of John Cow on lap 10, I believe. That gave Timo the opportunity to go for it into the start of the 11th lap. And then on the 12th tour, Jack Clark came back, but Timo Kuipers battled all the way through, all the way through the lap. They were side by side all the time. And Chelsea game at 8. Who are Chelsea playing? I don't know. I'm a Chelsea fan, but I don't know who they're playing. I'm a Chelsea fan at the moment. I'm really not watching any of their games. So, Man City all the way. No, never that. But, yeah, anyway, out of John Cow, Timo just got DRS on Jack and absolutely flung it up the outside and just got him on the line. It was some frenetic stuff. Of course, all the it's not highlights, all the full race replays that I commentate on certainly will end up on the YouTube channel. We also had some good stuff from Jamie Mells as well. Congratulations for their Choco League win in the second round of the Choco League. Nice to see them win 2 different events in the EXA in 1 week. I'm not sure it's the first time it's been done, but it's certainly a rare occasion to show the dominance at 2 different tracks, I believe. It was Brazil and Mexico. So liking the Central and South America's Jamie Mells and performing very well. Jamie Mells, I don't think is here tonight, unfortunately. Of course, the Jamie Mells was in as a reserve. So yeah, it's Rowley. Anyway, so we are getting a ready up call from Matteo. So our admin for crossplay, and we have the countdown running to 26 seconds. So let's switch over to the main scene commentary, and you guys don't have to suffer through listening to me. Chelsea game, upper Chelsea gonna bet it's Dynamo. It doesn't really matter. Have they? I think they've qualified, haven't they, Chelsea? So I'm racing in 4 division and didn't win any. really. I mean, sometimes you put in all the effort and you don't win any. I know that from my own league as well. I've got one win and I cling on to it desperately. I won't remind anyone of it any time we're at Australia. So, yes, Jeddah. Let's hope there's no oil refineries on fire in the distance, and hope for a good session here of qualifying. We'll dive in very soon. So there's our socials. TikTok, we're on ExA.Racing. We're on Twitch. You're watching the Twitch. I don't need to read our Twitch out. EXA League Racing. We're also on Twitter. So Twitter, EXA_League. We're on twitter.com /_ whatever. I'm bad at reading down. Instagram.com/EXA.League. And I believe that's it for the media looper. But pay attention to those anytime. Give us a follow on our socials. There's some good content on there through the week. And we're just waiting for Issue to load in. So who do we have? We don't have Timo Kuipers, and I've learnt his name. Disastrous. He can tell me if I'm wrong or not. LH44's in. Noddy, he's in. He had a very, very nice. He had a good race actually. It was decent. He was the subject of a supremely savage overtake from Jamie Mells around the outside at Penarino, the bottom, middle sector, bottom of the hill, dive back up before Pico de Pato. But anyway, let's stop talking about last week. We are now in the race at Jeddah. It's light for some reason. I don't think it's been set into official times. That's a disappointment. But it's fine. Right, okay, so load to full track map. Let's have some cars coming out here. I think a 1:27.5 would be a good time around here. Oh, we don't have Jack Clark, do we? We don't have Jack Clark. Right, okay. Right, sod the permutations. Yeah, I didn't know we didn't have Jack Clark this weekend. He could join a little bit later on, I guess, but we don't have Jack Clark. So Ali can't win a championship this weekend, but he certainly could put himself in a good position to win it. Thank you for the follow, iLive, let's call them that. As we have the Alpine of Tobias Angus out on track and coming through this first sector and already getting a bit twitchy. He's only on an outlap. And how do you say your name? Anominio? No, that's not it. Anon Imo. Anomimo? I have no idea how to say your name. It didn't help that I grew up with a speech impediment. But I'm Anominio. I'm just going to call you Anon. Can I call you Anon? Is that fine? It does make you sound like some kind of Anonima. Okay, that still doesn't help me. Okay, I'll call you Anno. Sweet. Okay, so as we come through, Ali's got a 5-place grid penalty, a collision with Evipt. Oh, Ali has had a collision with Evipt. Where is Evipt? Let's see. He's in bits, is he? Where is Evipt? He must be somewhere here. Evipt, he's at the bottom of the field here. And, yeah, we've had a bit of a collision. They've had a ding-dong, the Alfa Romeo and the Ferrari. But we will go back out and look at Tobias as they come through and start a lap of this street circuit in Jeddah. It's purpose-built street circuit, so it's a bit street circuit in commas. As we come into turn 1 and turn 2, you try and clip that as much as possible, and there's a little bit of traffic just in front, but they're keeping out of the way well, the Williams driver there of, I don't know who that was, Rowley, I think that must have been, and he comes through and clips the inside of that curb and tries to stick as close to the inside as possible through this series of sweeping corners, left, right, and a bit off track there, but doesn't invalidate the lap, but this will be an invalidation. See you later. That's the end of his lap. So easy to make a mistake, a small mistake right at the top of that sequence becomes absolutely disastrous. Who else is on a lap? So we have OP Rubby. He's coming through these first set of corners where we just saw Tobias make that mistake, and very much tighter and tidier through there for the Haas driver of Robbie as we come through, and it's a 32.155 in the first sector. So Timo Kuipers, did I say it right? Timo Kuipers is following. Please tell me if I said it right, Timo. And we come through. Timo Kuipers. Right, okay, I've got it. I've practiced that all week, Timo. And by all week, I mean literally 5 minutes before the stream, because I thought, oh, if he's on there, he'll hate me if I say his name wrong. Yeah, I mean, I always think lobby obviously start because of daytime, but I think we're running to a tight schedule. So, and Ali didn't want to restart because of whatever penalty he's got at all. Not at all. So, I've just completely missed this lap, but the Haas driver is coming to the final corner here. Turn 21. Yeah, it's turn 27. Turn 27, of course. This hairpin where Max Verstappen put it in the wall in qualifying in 2021 after a superb a lap of the gods until the final corner. And it's a 1:27.654 straight out the gate. It really was a superb lap. And I was saying 1:27.5 would be my guess for qualifying pole time, as we have Stabby Boy, the inviter of the lobby. He's gone in second place. A 1:28 looks slow, but actually that's a very, very quick time. Lucent up into third position. He has a 1:28.63. Rowley putting in pace that I would normally do. I don't know if he made a mistake, but Rowley going into fourth position there. PR Epic, he's coming first through the first few corners. We'll keep an eye on cars coming to the line, though. Lipix, he'll be coming to the line. He'll have to run in to the line. How is his lap doing? It's very, very slow, and he's just trying to get out of the way of cars around him. And it's Ali. No, it's Limp. Limp, well done, is up into third position. So it's Limp, well done, just being cleared out of the way there. And we have Noddy as well coming over the line. No, it must be a Vipt. Oh no, if it is coming into pit, so certainly not coming into the line. But we have quite a few number of kind of disqualifications through that first set of runs, so everyone's a bit off kilter. Noddy is coming through the final corner here, and he has a 101 in the middle sector. What's this going to be? Probably somewhere around a 129, I suspect. It's a 128.946, so just beating that and up into fifth position, a 128.946. That's it's not a slow time, that. So we've really got some competitive rating here. Of course, OP Robbie showing that he's truly overpowered and putting it in. I'm fixing restart. Wait, I'm not in, by the way, due to schoolwork. That sucks. It sucks where yeah, you and Jack Clarkson, some big names missing. Jamie Mills, some really big names from last week. Your battle with Lucent all the way through the race was superb last week. I feel like you both had a sympathy win. LH44, he's put it into fifth place, so he's hoping for a better weekend this weekend. As TTV Jetters, is he coming to line? TTV Jetters can only go into ninth. So you have exams soon, so yeah, have to do something for school. Ugh, yeah, okay. I won't give you my advice for school because it's basically don't try. University, fair enough. Yeah, university, college, the other stuff. I think I spent my whole GCSE revision period playing F1 2010. You know, well spent. It's brought me here. In a long and roundabout way, that is. Okay, sweet. See you later, Timo. And Lipix, Tobias, they're all in the pits. Joris is on an outlap. We have Ali. He's out of the race. Ali must have had Ali's had a collision. So Ali, he is desperately trying to pick up some points this weekend to close down on Jack Clark. And I think out of the corner that's coming to here, so there's a yellow flag in the next corner. It looks like he's just lost it through here. Oh, actually, no, it must be a collision with Sumi Al because it's much later in that zone. And he was just in the wall. So Sumi Al and Ali, maybe Issue have had a... Oh, Issue has had an issue through the first sector. So Issue has had a problem as you come through the deck. I just wouldn't expect someone to crash there normally. It's not a traction zone. You're past the traction zone by then. So that's a very strange one from Issue. But I believe Ali and Sumi Al have just had a collision, perhaps, in the first sector. So there is a lobby restart. Are we confirming a lobby restart? Is that confirmed? Is that... Rowley can save me here. Is there going to be a lobby restart because it's a day? Yes! Confirmed. I've just thrown fat dab, but there's no camera on. So, right, okay. OP lap from Robbie. Very well done. 1:27.654. It was all for naught, but we will be going around the time we were meant to start anyway. So, hi, I'm PRL Epic. I'm not expecting amazing quality pace. Maybe 1.4 seconds off my usual pace because I have went for a very race-dominated setup. Okay, that's good to know. Good to know. And to be honest, that's not about you. You can only get a point from qualifying, and you know it's not the real world racing, is it? No matter how good some people are in this, you can make places. There's going to be incident. It's Jeddah. There is going to be incident. I don't know. Someone said in the Discord. I know. Someone said in the Discord that it's going to be a restart, and someone's sad that they're missing the esports, but what they lose in esports, they do gain in me wittering on about bloody nothing trying to fill awkward silences. So that's good. That's good. I don't know if it's confirmed restart. Someone's just said it's confirmed, but in the Discord apparently it's confirmed. Jeddah's not fun in the day. Blinds my eyes. So Stabby Boys invited me to play 2 times. Anon has left session. So is it just a straight up restart? Stabby Boys in the pit. He must be in a different session. A lot of these people are in different sessions. Right. Okay. So I think there is a restart. So let's just join this session, and we will see. Thank you, Big. Appreciate that. So it was a lobby restart. I was commentating on nothing there. So who do we have in here? Do we have anyone that wasn't in beforehand? People who'd be able to join late? I feel like I could just go from the top here. Let's just forget anything that just happened over the last 10 minutes because it's all for naught. I tell you what, in a different league that I am still part of, but not racing in anymore. We had wet weather in the race, and then we had to restart because of some glitch. So we're like, oh, we'll leave it on dynamic again and see what happens. It won't be wet weather again. Wet weather again. Unbelievable. Wet weather twice around Jeddah. I don't think it's that high in the likelihood. This was an F1 2021, so I don't know if it was a bug. But we literally no one had practiced wet Jeddah. So someone says they're going to miss footy. Which, it's only footy, mate. I don't know. I'm not going to say that. That sounds really stupid. You'd rather be part of this, league than watching the Champions League. Oh, yeah, thank you. Cheers, LH44. Have I done that now? Yes, I have. Yep. Apologies. Thanks for the tag about that, LH44. So, it's championship. Okay. Who do you support? MRI. Come on, who do you support? Where's the face cam? The face cam is here. I do keep the face cam up, but I hide it when I guess we could just show this one until then. I hide it during race sessions. Unless there's a certain amount of DNS and it's like, I can put my camera up. Otherwise, there's not enough space for it. But there we are. If you want to see that, need a crab ASMR section. No one needs a crab ASMR section. So Rotherham. Oh, Rotherham United. Are you in the north? I'm in Sheffield. So I don't support either Sheffield team. I'm actually from Nottingham, and I support the glorious Notts County. Well, I don't. I support Chelsea. But out of the local teams, I would support Notts County, but I'm in Sheffield, so not too far away from Rotherham. Unless you're just like a Rotherham supporter and who lives in, I don't know, Dominican Republic or something. But yeah, I'm Sheffield based. I live very close to the Wednesday ground. So, are they the same league? Manchester. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. My wife's family are all from Cheshire area, so it's not Manchester, but it's not close. So I'm in the north, down in Rotherham, up the Millers. No, that is a really you load it in and you have to recheck everything anyway. Really, it's just it's a perfect game. Or so I would say if I had a contract with EA, because they would force you to say that. It's not a perfect game, but it is the only game where you can play F1 22. So, well, it's not even true. I guess you could do Assessor Cut with mods, but it's mainstream. It's mainstream. and it isn't a total disaster, right? It's not quite F1 2014 levels. I think everyone has a penchant against saying F1 22 isn't quite amazing, but it's all right. My local's stuck being mid in League 2. We call them the piggies. What, the owls? Why are the owls called the piggies? Come on, tell me your deep lore. I was driving to the shops and Wednesday, it was a game on, and a Wednesday fan pit me. I spent the rest of the day hoping Wednesday would lose. So, that was recently. Chat pew paused due to scroll. That's not true. There we are. Oh, it's a local. Yeah, it is a local rivalry, I guess. So Rotherham League 1 or Championship? They're Championship. You said Championship. They just avoided the going. Or did they go up last season? I don't know. I don't pay enough attention. Nottingham Forest went up. I know that much. Anyway, let's get back. So over to Phil. My face cam has disappeared, and it's 7:01. It's basically normal start time, and we shall have the yeah, you did go up, didn't you? Yeah, okay. So we shall have the correct race time for the race, which should be a lot nicer on the eyes. There's a lot of chat. Please pick tiers, man. Please, lads. I don't know. Anyway, it's only a 50% race. It's not a 100% race, so we're not going to be here all day. And let's see. We have the correct time, and we'll get the lobby settings. Well, we'll get the spectator settings set up correctly. So detail, tyre, we don't need that. Fastest lap, broadcast, camera type, and that's fine for now. And we'll see who leaves the pits first. I believe it was Tobias Angus who got out of the pits first. So let's wait on Tobias and see if he can get out of the pits quickly and see if there's any late added. I think there is a couple more people, but I couldn't tell you for the life of me who they are. So Tobias Angus looks like he's first out the pits again. Is he? Yes? No? No, it must be Stabby Boy. It's Stabby Boy first out the pits. And we'll go on board with Stabby as he takes a stab at his first lap of qualifying at this Jeddah Grand Prix. Round 9 of the crossplay. We have a chance for Ali to close up and take the lead of the championship by the end of the day. And a win for Ali today would just be sensational. He got the win last time. Jack Clark couldn't race. Couldn't race at Suzuka, and he equaled points with the championship leader after last time out. I'm just going to double check that because I do speak a load of old nonsense. So last week out he was 1 point behind, so I was speaking nonsense. But now he lost 9 points. There was a 9-point swing last weekend to Jack Clark, so he's 10 points behind. 112 points to 102 points. And a win here. A win. I mean, he could take 27 points here and give himself, an easier race at Abu Dhabi next time out. But as we come through these final few corners, and we have, of course, the second DRS straight, one of the DRS activation zones has changed. Previously, it was the run-in to turn 13 where you had it, but now it's the run-in to turn 22. And as we come through turn 27, the final corner on the circuit opens up the DRS. Let's go on board with Stabby as he takes his first bite of this demanding circuit. Let's see how on the limit he is through the first few corners. Pretty nice through those first two corners, using every little bit of curb possible as he heads into this sweeping section of corners. Left and a long right, and then a sharp left, sharp right. And then have to hug all the way through here and not run out too wide. It's absolute bravery required through that sector to chuck it in. And it's a 32.074, so a decent time through there as he comes through turn 13. This long left-hander that then sets you on your way, coming straight back along where you've just come along, on the other side, of course, as we come through this right-left complex of corners and through the DRS activation zone in the race, and he picks up DRS detection zone and then DRX activation, of course, there. The first of 3 in a row here. And we come through this left-hander and the right-hander. You have to chuck it in, and he's a little bit wide through there. Just about gets the rear end settled. But, of course, it's the fastest time so far in this sector, being the first time, and hugged this wall all the way to the final corner of turn 27. Brake about the 75 meters, bring it into the corner and put on the traction and straighten up as much as you can through this sector. And as we have the first lap of this session, it's a 27.9. So that would have been good enough for second in that previous session. So that is a very good lap straight off the bat. OP Robbie, he set a good lap time on last time out, but he's got an invalidation. So I think he's going to try and go again, is he? No, he's backed off. But I think he got 127.390. Did I just see that pop up? That's a good lap. Did have a bit of an invalidation, so it could have maybe gained him a temp somewhere. But a good lap nonetheless. Lucent, a 128.6. Ivipt goes up into third. Rowley, but now up into third position, knocking Ivipt down into fourth. Lipic's now up into third position, knocking fourth. Rowley down into fourth, and Ivipt, oh, let's just stop saying that. Well done, is up into second position, a 128.459. So, Stabby Boy with a very, very good opening lap there. Only the second car to go in the 27s. Of course, we had that 27 from OP Rubby, which was invalidated. Lipic's in fourth, Rowley is in fifth, Noddy is in sixth position, Evipt in seventh, Jetters, I must have made a mistake of his lap, 10 seconds behind Evipt, so not a proper time, but he's in eighth position. We have other cars out on track. OP Robbie must be returning to pits this lap because he slowed down as he went over the line. Ali is supposedly on a, yes, he is on a, no, he's not, because he's way, way down, so I think he's made a mistake through that first part of the lap. LH44 is now coming through the same first part of the lap where Ali's just made a mistake at. And what is he going to be? A 32.635. So about 4 tenths off the pace of Stabby Boy through the first sector. As we come and turn back and head along towards the end of this lap. And it's, I said it's the end, it's only the second sector. But it is a lot less complex. The all the way after turn 13, sorry, it is P1 right now. W, yeah, big up Stabby. But yeah, it is a lot less complicated. Just a bit of bravery required occasionally through the second part of it. But it's Anon. Anon's took that. Anon has took you by 3 tenths there. Anon up into first position with a good lap there, as we have. Tobias, he's made a mistake again through the first sector, so he won't be setting a lap time here. LH44 is coming to set a lap time here. As he comes over the line, it's a 128.823, so that's enough for 7th position for LH44. So a decent banker lap to get himself started. We have Tobias Angus out on a lap, but he won't be going any faster. TTV Jetters, he has invalidated the first sector again, so won't be getting a. You did big yourself up there when you and then immediately get pipped. But you know, yeah, still have a long session today. I think, truth be told, Stabby, I think neither of you would be in provisional pole right now if OP Robbie got his lap in. It was a 127.4, I believe, that he got invalidated. But of course, he cut a corner. So if Manan had wheels, Tobias Angus, he's in 15th position, but he's not setting a fast lap time here. We saw him spin. Joris, he is on a lap and he's just come through the first sector. So pushing through this first sector he will be. And let's see what the Aston Martin driver has pace to do. And it's not quite, oh, he's invalidated there. Yeah, he wasn't quite pushing through there. Didn't seem to quite have the confidence of other drivers we've drove on board with it. But PRL Epic, he is on a lap of 32.791 through the first sector. Now he said feels like he'll be a few seconds off the pace because he's gone for a race setup here and has backed off of this one. You can see he's just pulled out after making a mistake through turns 15, 16 and 17. That right hander, he just got a little bit loose before the DRS zone, as we have Summi Al Lucent on an outlap, and Lucent will be pushing to start a lap soon. Who else is on a lap? Noddy. Is Noddy on a lap? Noddy must be on a lap as he comes through this very difficult final sector. Oh, a bit loose as he went through there. And let's see if Noddy can improve on the time. He's done a 128.8 on his first attempt. Can he go any quicker this time? is validated so far, as there's a car just a little bit distractingly near the racing line, but I don't think he could have done anything else to get out of the way there as he runs to the line. I don't think this is going to be any faster. He's returning to pits. So we have Lucent on a lap. Let's see how he does through the first sector. This series of left and right sweeping corners. And it's S-like. I wouldn't call it S's, but it's such a challenging set of corners. So enjoyable, and he runs wide. And that is the end of that lap. So he could probably back off it. The good thing about invalidating is there's no good thing about invalidating. But, you know, it's early on in the lap. You haven't spent a whole bucket of EOS. You can put the hot lap off and go again. Stabby Boy starts his lap. Let's go on board with him again. He, of course, is currently in pole. But actually, no, let's go on board with Robbie, who is going through the first sector right now and has showed really kick pace throughout here. So he could pip and on here and always run very wide. And how is that not an invalidation? He ran so wide. It's the quickest first sector. But my lordy, that was so wide through the first sector. I have no idea how that isn't an invalidation. But maybe one to be looked at after. That was crazy how far he went wide. Track limit's not being enforced too well just there. And he does invalidate through this second part of the track. So Robbie's got supreme pace, but he just needs to get a lap down. Now, he'll be able to back off here, but he's still going for it like he's not been invalidated. So I don't know if we can't see if he's invalidated or something, but I'd just back off, or maybe he doesn't have the fuel actually to go for another lap. So he'll be returning to pits. Let's see how Stabby is doing on his lap. He is coming through the final few corners, and he goes fastest through the middle sector. Well, I don't know if that's actually fastest, but it's only just a little bit up on his own time as we come to the final corner. A long straight. This will be the main overtaking opportunity in the race, and things can get pretty scrappy, especially as cars start to duke it out for the DRS activation zones and the detection zones rather, just to try and get the DRS because it's worth so much of a lap time. And he does improve his lap time by just under a tenth of a second, but is not good enough to improve his standing on the leaderboard as Anon is coming through to start a lap. We will have an eye on and Ali is going slowly, very slowly through the first set of corners. So he's coming out of the outlap. No, he must have had a mistake through the first set of corners. But he's in fourth position. So Ali, our championship contender, let's say, he has a chance of. He must have just set a lap time because the EOS is really low. So just taking cool, going back to the pits. He has a good chance of taking points here if he can keep it clean and serene. Anything will help him. If he can score 10 points, that will give him an opportunity to take the lead of this championship. And anything, he'll know that he just needs to keep it very clean throughout. I don't particularly love it when my PC just dies, to be honest. Is it? You mean it turned off, or blue screened, or it's like dead? CPR needs being done, kind of thing. So Lipic's having issues, so it crashed. Right, okay, so Lipic's having to rejoin the session. I'm sure someone's probably giving you an invite, right? If not, please invite Lipix when you can, if anyone is watching. As we have Limp Well Done, he's on a lap. Who is coming to the line? So I think Ali must be coming to the line, but he's not on a lap. Anon also coming to the line, but I don't know. Is he on a lap? He must be on a lap, actually. No, he's not. He's running into bits. So he's not on a lap. Limp Well Done. He is 2 tenths up on his best time. So let's see how Limp Well Done can do. So 2 tenths up wouldn't put him any further up, but it would secure his position for third a little bit more. I think you have got some quick drivers behind. You know, you think Ali can probably push a little bit more and improve that time. And you think LH44, he certainly has pace. Of course, OP Rubby, we've seen him set an absolute scorchio time already today, but invalidated, and of course in a session that wasn't completed due to the incorrect times. And Limp Well Done actually returns to the pits, so does not complete that lap, opts to maybe put on a fresh pair of tyres and see what he can do. But LH44 is not pushing through these first few sectors because he's basically off the track there and must have already completed his lap. So Lucent's going back on an out lap. Noddy is going slowly and has an Alpine just behind. I don't think that Alpine is on a hot lap, but perhaps the LH44. So he could be on a hot lap, actually. Is that Tobias Angus? Yeah, no, he wasn't on a hot lap because he's disqualified. So Tobias really, really struggling to get a lap in here. And he probably has the ERS to go again, as I think he's aware that LH44 isn't on a lap because he probably got out of the way from him quite recently. So he's not getting away with him there, and Noddy is not being pushed out of the way. Joyce is a 129.177. So let's just go up and down the scoreboard as it stands with 4 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock. So Anno is in 1st position. Stabby, the Alpine, in 2nd position. 3rd place is the Alfa Romeo driver of Limp Well Done. No, it's not the Alfa Romeo driver, it's the Ferrari driver, Limp Well Done. Ali is in 5th position for LH44 and 4th position for AlphaTauri, and the Ali is in 5th position for Ferrari. Lucent, the McLaren, he's on out lap currently. Actually, no, just starting his lap, but has already invalidated, so that's super frustrating for him. Hopefully he'll have fuel to go again and just use this as a bit of a sighter lap. I don't know what he's sighting there, certainly off the circuit. Lipix, who's had PT issues, he's in 7th position with a 128.755. Rowley, he's in 8th position with a 128.776. It's such fine margins. We have about 2 tenths separating 3rd all the way down to 9th positions. More than 2 tenths, 3 tenths. But still very, very close between those drivers. Tobias Angus has retired from the session. He's made a mistake. So Tobias Angus not able to get a lap in, a 149, and he's made a mistake. And Lipix has just given me a friend request, so let's see if I can get Lipix in. Invites and requests, friends. I'm not sure if I'm able to see that. Invites and requests. Captain Cool. Oh, yeah, okay. I accept that. And accept that too. And I'll give you an invite, Lipix. Let's see if I can see you online. Let's just reset that. And let's see if we can get you in before the next session so you can actually join the race. And EA Friends, Lipix, there you are. Just sent you an invite there. And we have Surprise, by the way. I don't know if you're back in the session, but you are in the pits. You probably won't be able to get out again. But we have cars going out right at the last here. And did any of those get in the way? Stabby is going out. No, he wouldn't have been in the way. Well done. He's leaving the pits. So we have a fair few cars here leaving the pits. TTV Jetters, he is about to come over the line. This is going to be a much better lap time from him. Can he improve his time? It's a 129.640, so he just jumps in front of Sumial there. So certainly won't be last on the grid. That could be Tobias if the other cars get the laps in and go up above him. PRL Epic, he is fast but has made a mistake on all of his laps, and we have a lot of cars on out laps here. Sumi out, he is on a lap and he is just coming to the first corner, but frustratingly for him, he'll have a whole heap of cars in front of him on this lap. Hopefully he won't get caught up by them too much, but there is basically the field is ahead of him on laps, and we'll see who will be coming over the line first. I think it'll be Anon coming over the line first to start his lap, and Sumiao just about keeping it within the white lines, all over the place. I think part of that was desync, but it's looking like a 122.9, so he's improving on his time. He is improving on his time, so he could be up to 12th or 11th position here with this lap. Let's see if he can maintain it all the way. He's getting dangerously close to the traffic ahead of him, and he's absolutely all over the place riding on board. Let's go off. I'm getting motion sickness with how much he's lagging to the left and right. Desync quite a factor in crossplay events, of course. You just have to take the good with green. And I've just spotted he has the woeful fish helmet, which deserves the worst penalty against you for having the fish helmet. So anyway, as he comes through this final sector, he was up on his time through the first sector. He didn't quite catch the middle split, but he's got an absolute heap of cars on the racing line, all preparing for their own laps, and that's probably not... He's not caught in the worst position there, but let's see if he can improve on his time. So he's going over the line. Currently, he's in 13th position. Where can Sumi Ao get up to? He gets into 129.684, and he stays in 13th position. So just half a hundredth off of 500, sorry, off of TTV Jetters. So we have quite a few cars. Let's have a look at Anon. Anon, I believe, is the first car who will be coming over the line, but he's invalidated, so his time isn't worth thinking about. We have Noddy, Evipt. He is on a lap. Is he? Yes, he is on a lap. So he will be the first car to come over the line and set the final time, as we have, I believe that was either Ali who just got over the line there to start his lap. Ali was the last one to come over. Evipt running very, very wide through that sector, and he'll have DRS running all the way to the final corner of turn 27. Ali's retired. Ali's retired, so he's binned it possibly. He's binned it, or maybe just an invalidation. So Ali won't go any higher than 5th. And Evipt comes around the final corner. Can he do anything to improve his lap time? Let's look through. So it is Evipt just behind, and then PRL Epic just coming in. So Evipt doesn't improve his time, and PRL Epic isn't improving his time either. And he just gets out of the way, and it's well done. Does he improve his time? He may have just slightly improved his time there. Lipix is out, but I don't know if he actually got on a lap there. We have OP Robbie goes up into pole position, 127.348, so he does get a lap time in there. And we have PRL Epic, he goes alone, only 133.344 for PRL Epic, so way off the pace, but he said he does have a good race pace, so we could see him battle through the track. And I don't think Lipix is on a lap here. It looks like he's not returning to pits. He's just keeping it very, very short to the line of 128.995. Just up on his time. Sumi Al, he is coming. Well, he's invalidated, so he's not on a lap. TTV Jetters, he's not on a lap. So that is the end of qualifying. So Robbie just pinching pole by 3/10 of a second, off of Anon. And OP Robbie taking pole position in the Haas. Anon is in 2nd, and Stabby, he's in 3rd position. 4th is well done. People don't know how to move. They get in my way all the time, on my lap. So I just backed off. So are you, you're PRL, who are you again? You must be PRL Epic, right? Okay. You told me this earlier, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, that sucks. People just, yeah. It's a difficult one for traffic. There isn't an amazing plethora of places to put your car. But 5th position for H44 will have 25 laps, I believe, around here. Someone can correct me, but I believe it's 25 laps of racing around Jeddah to come up straight away. So we have OP Robbie on pole position in the Haas. Anon, he raced very well a couple of weeks back in Suzuka. He's also racing well here, 2nd place on the PC player, on 2nd place for the Alpha Tauri team. Stabby in 3rd for Alpine, well done, in 4th. LH44, he's in 5th. Ali, he's in 6th, so big chance here for Ali. Just needs to keep his nose clean, and he could pick up good points on Jack Clark. Lucent, he's in 7th position. Lipix, Rolly, and Noddy. Joris, Evipt, TTV Jetters, and Sumi Al round out the ones that I saw there. We, of course, had a few cars just behind that, including League Racing. Last to first challenge, yeah, just to give it a go. See what happens. Do whatever his name was from NASCAR this weekend, just throw it around the outside of the final corner. Which is just a total video game move. I can't believe someone actually tried that in real life. So, we'll pretty quickly jump into this race. And yeah, it's already 24 seconds, 22 seconds. As we have, I think, 25 laps of the circuit. I've just realised the Twitch icon is not displaying any follower background, webcam follower. It's just not there, is it? I'll disable the Twitch icon because it's not there. Okay. Don't know where that's gone. The follower account's disappeared, but don't worry about that. We have 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5. And ExA Crossplay Division go racing in Saudi Arabia. And it seems like a good start from Robbie, but Anon has kept it up the inside. And can they keep it clean through here? They can, but there's contact. Both Ferraris are spinning out and falling down the order. That's absolutely crucial for this championship. Ali did not want to have a bad start. And OP Robbie maintains the lead from Anon, from Stabby. LH44 in 4th place, but the Ferraris have fallen down massively. Well done, fallen quite far down the order. Tobias Angus surprised, by the way. There seems to be a collision into turn 4. So absolutely carnage through the first sector. It really is a pinch point. And you saw 2 Ferraris spinning out. crucially, it was Ali who has fallen down the order. What kind of damage does he have? He doesn't seem to be carrying too much damage. Well done is coming back too. So Ali has an absolute mountain to climb as we come through, and let's look at the position change on that over those opening laps, and let's just have a look at that positions change. So the front three are all as they were. LH44 is fourth position, falling a bit behind Stabby, trying to stay within DRS, actually falling backwards to add on. But it's LH44 gained a place. Lucent gained 2, Lipix up 2, Rowley up 2, Noddy up 2, PRL Epic up 6. He really is doing the last to first challenge. Up into 9th position. TTV Jetters, he is in 10th position. Issue, he's up to 6th position. Then we have Ali, who fell down 6th position to 12th place. Joris is in 13th. Limp, well done. He's down in 14th position, falling 10 places down. As we see Stabby just have a bit of a moment. LH44 has to take evasive measures to get out of his way, and Lucent just slides up the inside and says thank you very much, because it ghosted for him. So LH44 having to avoid Stabby Boy's mistake there, as we have almost 3 wide into turn 1 on this second lap. And Lipix is trying to become part of this, obviously missing out on a few laps in qualifying because his PC just crashed. And he's coming back, but Stabby Boy does maintain 5th place after losing 3rd and 4th to Lucent and LH44 thanks to a mistake coming out of turn 27. And now it's LH44 trying to put the pressure on Lucent, only 5 tenths behind. We won't have DRS on this lap, and Stabby Boy and Lipix are going too wide coming out of the turn 11 and 12. As we come to 13, it's Lipix who has the place from Stabby Boy. But PRL Epic is now up into the 7th position. So his race pace certainly is looking good. But let's have a quick look at what the tyres are looking for everyone. So PRL Epic on the medium tyres. So he will maybe have to suffer on the hard tyre later on, or choose to go onto medium soft strategy, because we do have that variance in strategies now thanks to the latest title update. We'll see how that actually plans out in the first time Simply race. Ali's now climbing back into 9th position and getting a place into turn, I can't remember what it is, turn 22. Really bad with the corner numbers here. There's about 50,000 of them. Well, there's 27 to be more precise. But Ali is now being pressured by Noddy, but gets into 9th position. Rowley climbing up into 7th, going for a move, looking for a move, was PRL Epic there. And there's 2 by 2 these Williams racers as they're coming across the line. And it's, I think PRL Epic has had to return to pits. He's had to return to the pit, so he must have picked up some damage there. As we have OP Robbie taking a 2-second lead from the start of this race. Let's have a look at the pack. TTV Jetters is a few tenths behind Issue, and within a second, LH44 right behind Lucent. So the AlphaTauri boys running well in this early stage of this race. LH44 and Anno. And LH44 will get DRS on this lap, where as long as he can stay within a second, but he gets a 3-second time penalty, and we could see time penalty become a good big feature here. Stabby Boy also picking up a time penalty in the same sequence of corners just behind, so penalties could become a big factor, and within a few moments, 4 drivers suddenly have a penalty on the cards, and it's only lap 3. So let's see how those penalties stack up towards the end of the race. But LH44 now on those medium quicker tyres is looking to make ground in this early stage of the race and make use of that fresher, nicer compound of tyres. Not fresher, it's just a softer compound, a medium. As he comes into turn 20, it's not 20, it's 22. As he comes into turn 22, he's going to start lining up Lucent for a pass. As he has DRS, Lucent will be wary, but Lucent has absolutely kept the charge of ERS high to defend from any kind of attacking car here. So LH44 just behind, and he'll have a big opportunity into turn 1 as he used the final burst of DRS as they cross over the start-finish line to start lap 4 of this race. And it's DRS all the way down. I think Lucent is just using a little bit of that ERS tactically. But will LH4 go for an overtake? No, he's a bit too far back this time around. And Stabby Boy is also a bit too far back. Issue and Rowley are battling just behind. And Issue, the Aston Martin driver, trying to make a gain on the Rowley as he's going to try to go around the outside for turn 4. I don't think that's going to work. So Issue backs out of that one. Both drivers on the hard tyre compounds and fighting into T1. Let's see where else the gaps are at the moment. Robbie, of course, leading by 2.5 seconds. 4 seconds further down is Lucent, and we have Noddy, and well done. They are fighting. Someone has just gone into the pits. Has PR Epic gone into the pits again? He's lost his wing twice. and he could be in danger of losing a lap down here. He's already about half a lap down on the lead cars. He did so well in those opening laps to close down for so long, and now he'd be absolutely begging for a safety car, but we still have all 18 runners left in this race, so no safety car as it stands. But we have Robbie in first position from second place, Anno and Lucent 5 seconds behind, so not having the pace of those cars just ahead. And LH44 is actually really starting to put the pressure on third place here, and it's only surely a matter of time before LH44 or Stabby start to make a move, because LH44 is being backed up into Stabby. Stabby starting in third position today and just making a mistake at this corner here on the first lap of the race, as Stabby boy is trying to put a pressure on Lucent, and Lucent is really under pressure from LH44 here. So LH44 will go for the inside, and I can't see too much of a defense coming from Lucent. Will Stabby boy try to make any gains here? He'll look to see if there's any mistakes from the car ahead, but it's a simple pass in the end by LH44, and Lucent knows there's no point defending that kind of move, because it will just cost you time to the cars ahead, the car behind, and now he's focusing on Stabby boy. And if Lucent can stay within 1 second of the car ahead, and you can see him just falling backwards, not having the grip or confidence on those hard tyres at this stage of the race, and Stabby boy is maybe going to look for a move into turn 13. Previously we would have had the DRS here and it wouldn't have certainly gone for a move, but it's not a great overtaking opportunity. So Stabby boy just thinks better of it, and Lucent is now going to try and do everything to try and stay within 1 second here. He's just flirting with the edge of it, and I think he just falls out of that DRS window, which will crucially give Stabby boy a chance to overtake into the next series of corners. So we have DRS and no flap pops open from Lucent, so he did fall out of that 1 second window. The McLaren driver is now going to have to defend from the Alpine reserve driver. Stabby is going to have to... he's got pace certainly, but he will want to get this done this lap, because if he doesn't, then he'll lose sight of LH44 on those medium tyres, and he's going to maybe go for a move at the inside of turn 27. He certainly puts it up the inside. That will put Lucent offline, but I think that's a bad place to go for it, because now Lucent actually has DRS from the car ahead, and he is closing down. So LH44 just being closed down a bit here, and Lucent will be able to defend. Now it's not too bad for Stabby, because he'll be able to at least know that he's not too far behind LH44, but that may cause a bit of a DRS train if Lucent can stay within 1 second of the car ahead. And I think Lucent used a fair bit of ERS just to keep within range. But if he can stay within range of LH44 on those medium tyres as they start to go off, and they will start to go off pretty soon, I think, that could be hugely consequential for the race. So let's just see how that goes. Now, Ali is only 2 seconds behind this battle and could get clogged up into it. Surprised, by the way, he is 6/10 down on Issue in 8th position. So let's see how their battling is going along. They are going through this middle sector at the moment. Just starting the second sector, coming into turn 13 and out turn 15, through turn 14, and the right-hander of turn 15 just here. Well, left-hander and then right-hander of turn 16, sorry. So, surprised by the way, he's got a medium tyre, so he has a better tyre compound. Stabby is right behind, but we do have a safety car. We have a full safety car because Tobias Angus is out of the race. So, that's good news for some of our runners, because some of the cars had fallen dramatically behind. Looking at Noddy, looking at PRL Epic, they had fallen dramatically off the lead runners. Now let's see if any of the leading cars use this opportunity to pit. I think Robbie is... No, he was thinking about it. He's duking it out, and Anon boxes opposite to Robbie. Robbie feeling confident on those hard tyres. Let's LH44 pits. So this is a bit of miscommunication from the two cars, because this is going to slow down LH44. And I'll read your message in second league, because we're just looking at the pit. So LH44 is going to lose a whole heap of time here as he's stuck behind, and actually Anon is being stuck up as well. So it's going to be and I just wait. No, I was going to say they're waiting 5 seconds, but I think it was just them preparing and switching the animation. So LH44 losing out massively there. He lost about 5 places through that transition, and Lucent, I don't think Lucent did pit, so Lucent must have gained a position as well. So he got very lucky with how much Anon got slowed up. Lucent somehow gained a big chunk of position. I think Anon may have had a wing change, which slowed down the AlphaTauri teams dramatically. But I think LH44 maybe wouldn't have pitted in hindsight if he knew his teammate had the damage, and he just got caught up behind. But OP Robbie is in second position. Anon had to pit and was playing a bit of gamesmanship with Anon to try and duke him out and say, am I pitting, am I not pitting? But all within the rules, I think. And yes, so we have OP Robbie from Stabby in second position, who did both these cars haven't pitted. We have Lucent, Ano, Ali, Lipix, Isio, all have stopped onto medium tyres. We have Surprise, Rowley, basically everyone stopped. Noddy hasn't stopped yet, at least. TTV Jetters, he stopped for a pair of hards. Well done, he's stopped quite recently, but not during the pit stops. Joris, Evit, Epic, and Al have all stopped. So League Racing said, bro, what is that? The Alpine just sent it and didn't break into T1 and has destroyed my whole car. So are you struggling with underside damage then? Oh lord. Is that recent? Is that what caused the crash with Tobias? Yeah, that's some unlucky. You were doing really well. You got quite far up the order, up into 9th or 8th position even at one stage, and you've just fallen down the order now, as we have probably at least, well, we're doing one more lap, maybe another. So OP Robbie has decided to pit. So that is perplexing, because he's not sticking to his strategy. So he could have got a free pit and returned to second position in the race, but now he is deciding to switch for the mediums. So OP Robbie has left himself a big chunk of work to do, because crucially the pack had backed up, and I think he's realised the whole other drivers have pitted, so he's now out of sequence. But I think sometimes you just got to commit to it and hope, because as I always say, safety cars breed safety cars, and certainly in the F1 games, people find the safety car restart sequence very, very tempting. Moves happen, and cold tyres can cause really quite a lot of disaster, actually. So I'm surprised that OP Robbie has gone for a pit there and didn't seem to have any wing damage. At least no wing damage was fixed. That doesn't mean that they don't have wing damage. That just means that the pit crew decided it's not worth fixing. But I mean, any kind of damage is worth fixing around here. But that puts OP Robbie in the pack, and he was nice and calmly controlled the pack. We think back to 2 weeks ago when the reserve driver Desego, who was in for the Alpine, I believe, it may have been a Williams, he was absolutely casually in control of the race, had the pace on everyone, and had to pit because he had to pit a bit later. I mean, he was forced his hand that he had to pit then, because he was caught up by the safety car. He was basically in the only place that the safety car could come out and catch him without having the opportunity to go to the pits. Now he got into the pack there. He fell down to 6th or 7th position, then struggled in the pack, losing a bit of wing, I believe, on the opening lap after the racing, and that made his race just miserable. Basically, he did pick up one of the fastest laps, but he didn't have a great race from there. So let's see how Robbie does. But it's now Stabby who is in the lead of this race, and we'll have a quick look at, before we go racing again, we'll have a little bit of a look. Noddy gets a severe collision warning with LH44, so there's been a bit of a concertina effect, and he has slowed down dramatically on the straight. So 3 seconds apiece for Stabby, Surprise, and PRL Epic. 8 seconds for LH44 and 5 seconds for Noddy. But let's ride on board with the Alpine, and let's hope for one clear return to racing. As we return to racing on lap 9 of this Grand Prix, we have just over 16 laps left, and he's leaving it very, very late, and Lucent is just waiting and not warming his tyres up, and that may leave him a bit vulnerable into T1. It's actually Anon who's been distanced a little bit, with Ali just behind. Ali up into 4th position, which is absolutely crucial for his championship, and Lucent just having a peek, and Ali has sent one up the inside of Ano. A bit ambitious that, but didn't cause any contact. Racing room left between the two. Lipix and ICU have gone too wide through the first corner, and I think Lipix has gained a position there, and Lucent is falling back. Oh, there's a collision. There is a collision. There is a massive collision, and Ali may be involved with that. Lucent no one has crashed out from the race, but Lucent seemed to have lost it under those conditions, and I'd be surprised that wasn't a safety car, just because the amount of wings splued across the track, and Lucent has DNF'd from the race. So Lucent, who was running up into 2nd position, thanks to those pit stops for him, seemingly losing it through the first section of track. And now it's Lipix up into second position. Ali must have got caught up in that and must have got some wing damage because he was right behind. Let's just have a look. Yeah, he certainly does have a bit of end plate damage, I'm sure of it, from these off-board shots. But he's looking to make a move on LH44. Maybe LH44 was... Oh, he just absolutely switched back and thrown it up the inside. LH44 maybe even pushed off track there. I think LH44 maybe is what would damage. And it is Ali desperately trying to get through. While OP Robbie, I was criticising him, but he's got to 5th position already as there's 3 wide action into the final corner, turn 27. Oh, I just don't think ExA left space for the other cars. Cut across and ExA. Oh, there is massive carnage. Massive carnage. As cars tried to go 3 wide, and there's 3 wide racing again into turn 1. It's a Haas on the Haas, and OP Robbie has somehow come up trumps and got back into second position. After only 2 laps of racing, Robbie has absolutely carved through this field, let the carnage unfold around him, and it's been absolute carnage. I think ExA may be to blame there, just getting tagged up on the other cars. I don't think he quite realised it was 3 wide. Tried to leave a car space on the outside, and Leipzig certainly is suffering. Must have a bit of wing damage after all of that, but OP Robbie up into second position. And I bet Stabby can't believe his eyes. He saw him pit from in front of him under safety car, and it's only a lap later, and he's now right behind him. So unbelievable stuff. Robbie's gained about 12 positions back on those laps, showing his true pace and class to get those laps, to get back into the race so quickly. And Ali, who seemed to have some issues there, I don't know if he's got any damage, but he's in 3rd position, and I'm certain that he'll be happy with 18 points at this stage of the race. That would take him to being 8 points the lead of this race before even thinking about where the lead of this championship, rather, before even thinking about where the fastest lap point could go. So this would be a good position for Ali to finish in, and riding around in 13th place at 3rd place at the moment. Could get him first in the championship. So ExA just having a moment with a couple of Haas drivers, I believe, and that has cost them dearly as Robbie gets a 130.998, and Leipzig seems to be falling back. I think he's picked up damage from the incident with ExA, and not going well for him as the cars try to go 3 wide through this section of track. Certainly trying to go 2 wide, LH and Rowley, and Rowley actually gets by these 2 cars who are going very, very slowly at this stage of race. And let's have a look at the tyre detail so we can see who is on what. So mediums for OP Robbie, Ali and Rolly. So we'll have a good sector. And there is a full safety car. There is a full safety car right now. So yeah, back up into P9. That's not too bad. But that was absolute carnage. Well, someone will have to go back and watch through that because there was a lot going on. Overtakes 3 wide into the final corner. That resulted in ExA and a couple of Haas cars, I can't even remember who it was, having a little bit of a collision. I'll have to go back and re-watch it. This is where I wish I'd had a watch again button. But straight away there was action into turn 1 again. And just so much carnage up and down the track. And so PRL Epic has got back up into P9. And safety cars breed safety cars. So this is what I was saying, like, if Robbie just stayed out of the lead, he probably could have let the carnage happen behind him. Pitted now, it would have been better, but who cares? He's got back into second position and is actually in prime position to take the lead of this race. Stabby Boy will surely have to pit this time out because, yeah, I mean, he'll fall quite far back. I think a few cars will pit to fix damage here. And maybe to take penalties. There's a couple of cars who certainly have penalties, and Stabby not going into the pits. So Stabby, who started on this hard set of tyre, jinked to go into the pits, and even OP Robbie has decided to come into the pits. So let's see if Robbie is going to fix any damage here. Trying to have a look at who has damage, and it's Robbie. He is not getting a front wing change. He's just going on to a new pair of mediums. They'll run to the end. Ali, he is getting a front wing change, so he'll fall quite far down. But just getting out in front of Joris there. So he's back up into 6th position. So losing a couple of places, but nothing too bad there. Evipt is he's run through, and PR Epic has run through. So he's only lost positions on track with cars who stayed out. Rowley up into 2nd place in this Grand Prix, and I think Roby just wants the nice mediums that will go to the end of the race at this stage of the proceedings, I think. So interesting, and of course, because of the update, he was able to actually run that strategy because beforehand we only had one set of medium tyres in racing conditions during a non-sprint weekend. You could game it on a sprint weekend. You could maybe do a soft sprint and then have an extra pair of mediums for the race if that you were that way inclined. But yeah, anyway, drop us a follow on our socials. We're on TikTok, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, and of course we're on YouTube as well. Please drop us a follow. Keep abreast of all the content that is coming this week. We have 3 more divisions of PlayStation coming at you. We have the Choco League on Saturday evening, and we have the F2 races on Sunday evening to come. And I think most of the days will be broadcast live. Certainly the Choco League on Saturday evening will be broadcast to everyone. So keep abreast of those, those events. There'll be a schedule posted after the race, and we have Well Done feeling. He's probably feeling about medium well done right now, isn't he? Absolutely battered at the back of the Grand Prix. Had an instant lap 1. Both Ferraris actually were spinning through the first few corners, if my eyes deceive me. Both fell backwards, and Well Done, I think, was 3rd on the grid, maybe 4th on the grid, and has fallen quite far backwards. I know he's not done well through these pit stop phases, and he's cruising at the back. He was very, very comfortably in 2nd position ahead of the car, and we had Lucent losing it on the restart of the last safety car, then Isio getting involved with an incident with 2 other drivers. I think from my eyes, from what I see, of course I'm not a steward, this will be left to the stewards, whatever happened there. It looked like there was just not racing room left for 3 positions, and it was the car on the left of Isio pinching in. He got tagged up on the other cars around him, and that gave OP Ruby a chance to just return to 2nd place of the race, almost coming to 1st place, but he has decided to pit. And Stabby Boy, so interesting that he stayed out. I think, what is he thinking? I mean, if there's another safety car, he'll be able to put on a spare pair of softs. He'll be able to put on a pair of mediums and probably get to the end. He'll have opportunities if there's another safety cars. And he knows safety cars breed safety cars. And they really do at this track because it gives everyone a real opportunity to throw up the inside. But yeah, it's carnage. It's a carnage racetrack. It is an absolute carnage racetrack. So, yeah, if it's your first time following along, please drop us a follow. We really appreciate it here. Keep up to date with any of the events going on. And we have 147 followers at the moment. Usually there's a follow account, but I think I deleted the... no, I didn't delete it. The live count is here. But let's see if it's just... I think the website's probably changed or something, so the CSS has changed, I presume. So anyway, we have cars are going to return to race this lap for sure. I don't even need to see it. And I've not even checked if there's going to be rain, but I presume there's not going to be rain. We'll just see if it'll be a fun, happy surprise if it does. So as we come through this final sector, all the cars are bunched together, and we will have a return to racing. So Stabby Boy just needs to keep it clean. Rowley too. Rowley will be very happy with 2nd position. Actually saying just before the race that he hasn't won one. So maybe this could be his chance for his first win in the ExA Crossplay Division. Let's see. I'm sure he'll certainly like to do that. He's done a lot of reserving for this league. I've seen him in a Ferrari. I've seen him in a Williams. Did I see him in a Red Bull last week? Possibly I did. But Stabby Boy is about to return to racing here, and he leaves it late. He's late, but he does go a little bit earlier, and that catches Rowley off guard. And we already have. Oh, I think that's an early overtake from MRA League Racing. That seemed way before the safety car line had gone in, but PRL Epic is now up into 2nd position with a few penalties to his name, but he loses it. These hard towers just running cold, and that will back him up into the clutches of OP Robbie, who is just behind. OP Robbie will now try to put the pressure on through this tight series of corners, but there's not really an overtaking opportunity anyway through here. The first opportunity, as he tries to send him too wide, will be down to turn 13 here, and he is running wide. And OP Robbie is thinking about it, and Ali's thinking about going around the both of them. And is there going to be racing room left for all 3 here? I don't know if there is, and it's so tight. These cars are now fighting for 3rd positions, and Ali may have just got 2 positions in one corner. That was a supreme bit of racing from our 2nd place in the championship driver. Absolutely knew he had the overspeed compared to the cars around him and took both the fast drivers of PRL Epic and OP Robbie. OP Robbie falling behind here. And the car's racing so close, Epic getting very, very robust with his defending, and there's absolutely dashing and diving all over the place. I think Epic maybe gives that place back a little easier, thinking that he's maybe caused a little bit of contact. But now Ali is just over the back of Volley, and in third position, Ali would be very, very happy with this result, but he'll be looking for any single point he can. You see he's not scared of taking a risk, but as we saw his move around the outside of turn 13. An absolutely superb move from Ali. I didn't see him getting involved at all, but he did. And the racing room was left, and it was superb racing from all three drivers, truth be told, as PRL Epic and OP Robbie. OP Robbie runs very wide through the first corner and maintains that position. But PRL Epic probably won't be too happy with him gaining an advantage by cutting the corner. And OP Robbie is now in fourth position and moving forwards, and Ali is all over the back of Rowley, all over him, so much more confident through this sector. And we've seen him go around the outside last time round at turn 13, and he goes for it again, and he gets the move done without the DRS there. And now OP Robbie is right behind Rowley, and it is absolutely frenetic stuff. I don't know if he's going to be able to send it around the outside of here. It'll certainly be ambitious, and Rowley, I think, is just going to leave him the space because he feels that the move is done. So good racing from all of those three cars there, as Ali now is just under a second away from the race lead here, and Stabby would certainly be waiting for a safety car or something like that to come to his rescue, because he needs to pit off of those hard tyres, and he'll be absolutely dying at this point in time. And next lap round, Ali will have DRS to boot, and he's within DRS range as we come down to this final corner, as we sweep down through the sea. And of course, this is right next to the sea, this track, and that just cuts in past a bit of an inland lake. And Ali is now 8 tenths away, but also having to defend from Robbie, who has the pace to win this race. Certainly, he led all the early laps, and Robbie is close behind Ali. Now, Ali won't want to fight Robbie too hard. He'll probably know that Robbie's got a space. Oh, and there's a spin. So there's a spin from Stabby, and he gets out of the way, does he? Yeah, fair enough. It's a bit of ghosting, whatever. So he doesn't get in the way of the other cars there, but Robbie, in second position now, will be looking to take the lead of this race, which he did for the first 8 laps here, and had the absolute pace in qualifying, absolute pace in the early laps. And Ali, who has done so well to come back from a multitude of incidents today and make some supreme overtakes around the outside on the run into turn 13, on the exit of turn 13, the corner we've just gone through. Ali actually overtook Robbie and PRL Epic quite recently. It was a supreme move, and Ali will do everything to try and keep in first position. Of course, this would make a 15-point swing towards Ali's championship hopes if he can keep Robbie behind. But Robbie just seems like he's got the biggest amount of pace. But look at the EOS and look at the safety car. So there is a safety car. So what will the cars do? Will anyone go for a pair of softs here? Ali is in the lead of the race. I'm sure he'll feel like he could take a pair of softs here, but safety cars breed safety cars, and Limp Well Done has crashed out of the race through the turns 15, 16, 17 complex. So that is very, very difficult for him. And he's been running around at the back, and Lipix, where is Lipix? Lipix has just fallen off the earth. He was running so far up. At one point he was in second position. I think he was involved with that ISIO incident. So it's Ali who does go into the pits. Ali does go into the pits for a pair of soft tyres, so those will be supreme, and he will only fall down into 5th position, so that could work out very well. So actually, he only moves down to 3rd position. So Ali will have a lot of pace on Noddy, and Ali absolutely could take the lead of this race after the safety car period. So only falling down to 3rd position, deciding he wants to fresher tyre. Now he does give track position to Robbie and Noddy. I'm sure he's not too concerned about Noddy. Robbie has a lot of pace, but this gives Ali a big chance here at winning this race. It certainly gives him more of a chance than he had before. I know he had more EOS than him, and he had pace to do overtakes on him, but I think it was a more opportunistic move on Robbie. Robbie having supreme pace around here. Our qualifying driver, he's put at a 127.7. No, it was 127.3 or something insane like that. So he's very, very quick around here is what I'm trying to say. and we have a pair of softs offset, of course, a very, very quick driver on those medium tyres, and Ali will be trying to reach for every single point he can reach in this race, because a 15-point swing here on a fastest lap, that would take him into the lead of this championship by 14 points going into the final round, and that would mean he could just finish second, third, fourth, even fifth to Jack Clark and still take the lead of this championship, presuming Jack Clark does manage to make the race next weekend. He'll have it, or a uphill mountain to climb as things stand anyway. But I have no idea what Ali's doing there. He just got away with murder. that was incredibly lucky, and I'm surprised that's not a 5-second penalty. I have no idea where he went too wide there. That is, I think he'll be breathing a sigh of relief, and so will Noddy, who almost got span around into the wall, no fault of his own, with a car trying to go too wide under safety car, completely needless and reckless. So just as I'm singing his praises, he loses a bit of concentration, and not the finest moment from Ali. I think he'll know that on board and probably breathe a sigh of relief that neither car has ended up with a penalty or damage being given by the in-game system. Surprised, by the way, is also on a pair of softs just behind. We've not said much about him in this race, but he's kept very quiet and has ended up towards the sharp end of this pack with it will be 6 laps of racing to go. We have a few cars jumping into the pits, so I believe Lipix has jumped into the pits, and he'll be going onto a soft tyre, so we'll see how Lipix can go. He's very much out of place, so is LH44 running at the back there. These cars are fast enough to be at the front. Stabby went onto the medium tyre. Now, he certainly did have a pair of soft tyre to go onto, so I don't know if Stabby will be very annoyed with that one, but the soft tyre, I think the soft tyre will last the end. It won't be the best at the end, but it will certainly be very, very quick and be a tyre that you can make a lot of moves on in this early race. Now, Stabby didn't pit at either the other pit stops. I think it's something he'll look back on and regret. Didn't ever build up the lap, and didn't build up the gap that he thought he would. And after that second safety car, a couple of laps in, a span on that hard tyre. So very, very difficult for him. He was running a good race. Obviously had a mistake at the end of the first lap at turn 27, which cost him a few places, but he kept within the fight, which is good for him. But OP Robbie has the lead of the race. Let's see what kind of pace he can set down in the clear air. Now, his goal will be to hope that Noddy can keep Ali behind for a little longer than just a few corners. And that would allow Robbie to maybe build a gap on Ali. It'll be looking for a very good restart, and I think the safety car will be in this lap, because all the cars are bunched up. They're about to come through sector 3. We'll have the message pop up just about now. Yeah, there we are. I'm a pro. I'm a professional commentator. That's what that is. So OP Robbie slows down the pack very, very slow, and he's just trying to... I mean, he's on the medium tyre, so he doesn't need to warm up too much. The only person who'll be absolutely suffering is Joris F1. No offence, Joris, but I'll expect you to go very much backwards on a 6-lap pair of old hard tyres in 7th position. But we have Noddy and Ali, the cars just behind, hoping to not get a jump. And we had the last 2 safety cars restarts be led out by Stabby. So this will be the first time OP has a chance to restart, and he bolts just there. So that was one clear return to racing. And, nearly having a big moment, have to collect it from the wall. And that could leave... no, he has built a decent enough of gap there. And Noddy is weaving to warm up those tyres, those medium compound tyres. And Ali will hope that he's got the pace to take Noddy in these opening few sectors of corners. We saw that Ali made an overtake on OP Robbie early into this race at the end of this sector as they go into turn 13, and you can see the pace differential between these two drivers. Ali looking to gain massively in this championship, but Noddy slowing down Ali quite hugely. I think Ali will be so frustrated and try and make a move as soon as possible, probably picking up a warning there. But if he falls any further behind, he's going to be in danger of not being able to stay within the DRS of OP Robbie. And Robbie will have a bigger chance of maintaining the lead of this race all the way to the end. We have 6 laps to go. And we have LH44. He's falling down. Lipix seems to have gained 3-4 positions there. in the backfield will have to catch up with what's going on there, but Noddy is absolutely slowing down Ali so much. You can see the pace difference between the two tyres and the two drivers at this stage of the race, and Noddy always performs well. Mr. Consistent in the races I've watched so far for the Crossplay has kept us up in a good position, and Ali just senses a little bit of a moment of weakness from Ali, and he'll use as much EOS to try and get the job done, and I think he'll have the move done, and Noddy won't push that one too much, knowing that he's in third position and his fight lies elsewhere with cars behind. Surprise will be up next to try and make a move on Noddy, but it won't be this lap. At least I shouldn't think it is. Yeah, the gap is sufficient enough, and Ali has crucially stayed within the he's gone for fastest lap as well. He's gone for fastest lap. That point will be worth something if he can maintain that to the end. That point will be worth something massive. Let's see if Ali can close down Robbie for the leader's race. Remember, Jack Clark, our championship leader, not racing this weekend, and Ali, our second place driver, is 10 points behind in the standings as we stand. Well, not as we stand, because as we stand, he is roughly 8 points ahead in the championship. So there's a huge swing towards Ali, and if he can get into first position, it won't be 8 points that he's currently in front because he's got the fastest lap, but he'll be looking desperately to close in on Robbie, take that position, and get the full point swing that he can muster at this stage and give himself the biggest buffer going into Abu Dhabi to race. And you can see OP Roby certainly under pressure and trying to save as much EOS as possible for the later stages of races when those medium tyres will start to become a bit better than the softs, but they are 8-lap old mediums, so they're not even like a fresh pair of mediums. As Ali gets so close to the back, just 1 tenth difference between them, and oh, there's a safety car. There's a safety car. There is a safety car. So what happens now? What does someone decide in this position? I think Ali will have to play it safe, surely. He'll have to play it safe. OP Roby may think, I just saw what's happened. There's no way I'm keeping the lead of this race if I don't pit. So I wonder if Roby will pit, but I expect Noddy to pit. Anon has come back from the back of the field at one stage, and Roby hasn't pitted. Roby's not pitted. Roby is not pitted, so he feels like those softs will fall away for Ali, and we have cars behind. Surprise, by the way, has pitted, and it's PRL Epic who's crashed out of that race. Let us know what has happened, PRL Epic. At least you can go and watch your Rotherham United play. Up the Millers, as someone who lives dangerously close to Sheffield Wednesday ground, shouldn't say. So unlucky there. Let us know what happened to your pal. But there's another safety car and quite a few cars in the pits. So let's have a look who's in the pits. So Surprise, by the way, he's gone to pits. He's on a pair of soft tyres. Lipic's on a pair of soft tyres. Evipt, he is changing on to a pair of soft tyres as well. Al, he's on a pair of soft tyres, and TTV Jetters as well on the soft tyre compound. So those are the cars that are pitted. We'll see how much progress they'll make. I think this will be a shorter safety car period. I think it will be in not this lap, but the end of the next lap. And Ali is just behind Robbie. I think Robbie will be hoping that those tyres will start to fall off a bit of a clip. I had 3 cars go 4 wide with me, and I got spun and hit. That would make you DNF. Yeah, unlucky there, pal. Of course, didn't catch any of that because I was looking at the front end race, the crucial championships deciding, well, it could be absolutely pivotal to Ali's championship. Him getting good points where he actually won the race back at Suzuka when Jack Clark didn't play, and he also so brought himself really back into the title contention after being basically a race win behind, as well as the race here he's done exceedingly well when Jack Clark hasn't been around. I'm hoping that Jack Clark can make it next week, but I mean, it shows the pace of Jack Clark if he doesn't even need to attend every session, and he's still in the lead of this championship right now, but he certainly has the chance to take the championship. Whatever happens this weekend, he'll still be in the fight going into the next race. So Ali currently will be taking the lead of the championship. Now he won't. I doubt he'll keep fastest lap. So that he did go for fastest lap, but let's actually just see who has fastest lap as things stand on the road. So it is him with a 1:36.36. So as things stand, there would be a 9-point swing towards Ali. He would be leading the championship by 9 points after being 10 points down here. Now, if he finishes the race with a win, that would make him be 15 points ahead, plus a point for fastest lap if he can maintain it. Now, we're surprised, by the way, Leipzig, Sumial and TTV Jetters all pitting for a fresh pair of softs. I think there will be a severe pace differential towards those cars running at the back, and as long as they don't get too far caught up, I have a feeling that Ali will lose that fastest lap whatever happens. But if he stays in second position, he'll have an 8-point swing towards him, and if he can get first position, he'll be leading the championships by 15 points, which will put him in a very, very comfortable position for the Abu Dhabi race, where he could take the first Crossplay Championship title for the EXA, as it's the first time this Crossplay division has been run. So at round 10, he could take the win, and I'm sure he'd be absolutely buzzing with that. He showed supreme pace, the Ferrari driver. The constructors for Ferrari isn't looking too great this weekend. Actually, could look worse. They're in a championship battle with McLaren at the moment. Lucent, of course, crashing out early on after the first safety car restart. I believe, from what I saw, he just dropped it through the first sector on a medium set of tyres, hadn't correctly warmed them up, or maybe had overheated them, and that has put him in a position where he'd gone backwards. But Stabby, he's up into 6th position. So he's doing well. Let's have just a quick look. OP Roby's in the leader race. Ali's in 2nd position. Noddy in 3rd, just super consistent on a very old pair of medium tyres. He'll be surprised if he can keep 3rd place with his penalty. Alon is in 4th. EXA Rowley is in 5th position. He's been up there at times. So, so has everyone. I feel like everyone's had a stab at 2nd or 1st place. Stabby's in 6th. Joris in 7th. He's been consistently around the back end of the points. LH44 is in 8th. Surprise in 9th. He's the first car with these soft runners. Leipzig's in 10th. Sumial, TTV Jessers and Evip round out the rest of the runners. We have Epic, Well Done, Isiu, Lucent and Tobias Angus all crashed out of this race. Top 12 runners get points in this league, and Robbie would get 25 points if he can manage to string those medium car tyres onto the end. There won't be any more safety cars in this race because it's within the last 3 laps. And let's just see if he has one clear return to racing, and he leaves it super late, but he does get a little bit of a drop on Ali, and let's see how much life those tyres have left within them in the rest of this this weekend, this Wednesday I should say rather. And let's see if Ali, a bit of a contact, bit of a switcher, and he just about keeps it pointing forwards, lives to fight another day, and seemingly not having the correct tyre warm up early doors here, and Robbie aiming to extend a gap through here. Let's switch back to the interval, which will be absolutely important because he'll need to stay within DRS range. We'll have one more lap of DRS at the end of this race, so I'm sure Robbie will try to keep everything back to defend from that. We have a car who's gone wide. Sumial has gone wide through the first sector. We have GP up into 3rd position. And let's keep an eye out. Stabby's in 6th position, trying to go for a move around the outside of Rowley. As there's the car losing it. Noddy's lost it through 14, 15, 16. Very, very difficult for him. And Ali is only 3 tenths behind our race leader, and he doesn't even have DRS this time around. Robbie is having to use more ERS to defend from Ali. So Ali's in a good position here to attack. Actually, Ali is 10% down on ERS, but still in a very, very good position with those tyres. If he can get past, I'm sure he can exploit the best out of them through those first few laps, but they must be around the crossover point of being equal pace. Let's see if Ali can get the job done. Into turn 1, Robbie is going to go defensive, I think, and go try and hang it around the inside. And Ali is just going to wait, and he does go around the outside and puts it up into a position where Robbie can't. Oh, there's contact between the two. There is contact between the two, and I don't know if Robbie left racing room for Ali there, but it's okay to gather themselves up and carry on racing. So I don't think any damage, so no harm, no foul. And Noddy is retired from the race. Very disappointing for him, running in 3rd position, and Ali just clipping the inside of that corner there, just about keeping it pointing forward, and Ali is pushing everything to get this race win. He's not focused on the championship right now. He's focusing on maximising his points, getting another race win under the buckle for Ferrari and his team, who are also in a fight for the constructors. And the constructors and drivers championship are absolutely on for the Ferrari team as they push all the way. There's just one more lap after this one, so this is the penultimate lap, and Ali is just going to try and cling on to Robbie. Both cars having a similar amount of ERS. I think Ali knows that he will get DRS on the final lap, which will be absolutely crucial if he can stay within the DRS range for another lap. And Robbie is, I think, burning a bit of ERS to get out of that gap. No, he's just pulling away. I think these softs are just about to run off. And maybe Ali is thinking, if I can stay within DRS, that's great. If not, it's second position. But Robbie and Ali have absolutely gone wheel to wheel all the way around these final 8 laps. Of course, some of that was safety car. But we'll have to see whether Ali can catch Robbie on this final lap as we go on to this 25th lap of the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, round 9 at Jeddah, the penultimate race of season 1 of the Crossplay Division. Ali is trying to maximise himself and pick up as many points as possible to hopefully build a championship lead as they go into the final race of the season. Ali will be focusing on the race win purely though, the number 13 driver in the Ferrari. As he comes through this final sector, he does stay within the second of DRS, but does start to fall a bit down. And Robbie and TT and Ali have very similar levels of ERS. Let's see how far back Ali can pull back here. And I think that Robbie may just have done enough to increase a gap here. Let's see as they come through this 14, 15, 16 corner complex. Let's see. So he's certainly under a second, and a little bit of a slide from both drivers as he gets onto the ERS, trying to maximise his way out. And a crash here would be hugely costly for Ali, but he's still fighting, and he'll have DRS through here. He'll have DRS down the next straight and try and close that gap. I think Robbie will have a bit of ERS to burn down here, so it won't be perfect from Ali, but he may have a chance on the run into the line. But I think the gap is too great, and I think Robbie has just about done enough to win this one, as Ali tries to keep it as tight as possible. I think he's also defending from Anon behind, and Anon has actually got him. Anon has got him, and that is disastrous. So Ali loses positions in the end. It's not disastrous, but he does lose a fair chunk of points, and it's 18 points that he gets only, which sounds bad, but it's not actually that bad. But Ano just gets second positions, and yeah, I think Ano will feel very annoyed there, but you can see those soft tyres certainly start to go off. And congrats to Ano there. Robbie comes first, Ano comes second, Ali comes third, Rowley up into 4th position, just missing out on the podium positions. 5th for Stabby, Joris in 6th position for Aston Martin, Lipix on 7th. I was so focused on the car ahead that I didn't even see you coming, Ano. So, oh Lord, what a race there. And I'm just about losing my voice, so I'm looking forward to the conclusion of this one. Just so I could bring my voice back. But congratulations to Robbie there. I think Ali was desperately trying to get through to build the biggest lead in the championship that he could, but he didn't manage to do it this time around. And please follow us on our socials at the bottom if you've enjoyed this feed. We have 3 more races, 4 more races, 5 more races this week. Let's go. Division 1, 2, 3. We have Choco League, we have Def 2. So we have 5 more races left this week, and we'll see how we do through those. But this has been a fun one to commentate. It's always carnage around here. We already have the host leaving, so that's good. I'll just make sure to grab. I'm not sure if Mattio's in here. I'm not sure Evit was meant to leave quite that early, but we'll just double check and we'll make sure to record all the results on here, so at least it's somewhere. But yeah, we had OP Robbie winning the race. Very good performance from him. A huge, I think that's 26 points for him in the championship. Anon just pipping Ali to the line, and he was defending. I didn't quite realise he was in a battle with Anon right at the end there. And Rowley in 4th position, Stabby in 5th, Joris, the Aston Martin driver, in 6th position, Lipix in 7th, disappointing for him, surprising in 8th. I think he'll be pitting off those tyres right at the end there. LH44 in 9th, Sumial in 10th, TTV Jettas, he finished in 11th position, and Evipt finished in 12th, so picking up the final point. Noddy retiring from the race with a few laps to go. He's still classified as 13th position. 14th place DNF. DNFs from Epic, well done. Issue, Lucent, Tobias. And yeah, so let's just have a quick boot through the race director just to make sure we've got everything down that may be needed. And there's a fair chunk of exceeding track limits in this race. Not the most I've seen, to be honest. Only a 25 lapper, of course. So that is the end of this broadcast. No, do not block account. That'd be stupid. So that's the end of this broadcast. Very much enjoyed that one. I don't know quite why it's not closing off, but yeah, I guess all that's left to say is please join us for the final race next week of the season 1 of the Crossplay Division, and we have schedules. A schedule will be posted straight after that, posts all through the week. And yeah, thank you very much for watching along. If you're watching again afterwards, driving a day, in my opinion, Ali had a scrappy race. He was up and down all over the place. I think I'm going to give it to Robbie, though, because he made a very crazy... I know, it's boring to give it to Robbie. Okay, I won't give it to Robbie, because he came first. Anno could have done... Anno was also at the back. There's so many contenders, right? There's so many contenders. But I'm going to go... Screw it. I'm going to go with Robbie. Robbie gets the driver of the day. He was fastest in qualifying, fastest on the day. He absolutely deserved the win. And fair play to him. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. I've been Gareth Allen. This has been an ExA production. Thank you very much for watching.